Nice one here from Nigel de Jong saying, Bernardo Silva, internationally so underrated. Got to be mentioned in the best player in the world conversations, performs week in, week out. There was lots of these similar ones. Sergio says, I don't want to see this club ever think about selling Bernardo Silva ever again, especially not for 40 million. Just give him whatever we want. And Ziad said, what I've learned today, Bernardo is and has been the best player in the world this year. Sterling is the best winger. If he keeps it up, he'll go down as the greatest in Premier League history. And actually, lots about Sterling as well. Bassani said Bernardo Silva and Raheem Sterling. We appreciate you at Manchester City. And Z said Raheem Sterling is a living legend, one of the best players produced by England. And it's interesting, this conversation, because we only have to rewind the clock back months when both of them were being talked about as leaving. Both of them had spells in and out of the side. And suddenly they're central to what's going on.
Yeah, listen, well, both of them, I admire both of these players. I think very different. Silva, he can play in multiple positions. He came in as a wide player, playing right wing a lot of the time in his first season. Evolved and then took over the David Silva role. Now he's dominating games, possession-wise, in tight areas. He's magnificent. Now scoring goals. He's got double the amount he had last season, 5 last season, 10 already this season, and we're only in February. And last season, the reason why I wanted to leave is because I think he only played 64% of the games. This season, 84% of involvements in games. So, and they were trying to throw him in the Spurs deal with Kane if they could get him. They were saying that was the rumours. So, I think he's a guy that they're going to build around now for years to come, and he's a fabulous player.
Yeah, I mean, he's upped his level, hasn't he, this season in particular. Sterling's been very, very good for some time now, but this guy is simply sensational. He scores one goal yesterday that, if anyone's ever kicked a ball in their life, and it's this goal, they will realise that is one of the hardest goals to execute that I've ever seen.
Hard word to execute.
It's a hard word to say, and it's a hard execution of a finish as well. It was unbelievable, and that was obviously a little bit of fortune in that.
So what's changed with him then, do you think, Michael? Well, how does it happen in football that you can be almost out the door one season and central the next?
Well, he's always been quality, but I mean, at Manchester City, you're in, you're out. You know, if you're not scoring week in, week out, then there's somebody to take your place. I mean, what I marvel about with him is that he's not that fast, he's not that strong, yet he's small. Yet he finds a way of being so influential on a game. Don't get me wrong, being small is fine, but if you're quick or if you're strong, or you look at Messi, if you've got great bat, this guy is hardly got any attributes that you think, wow, he's going to scare the life out of people. But I mean, his work rate, his touch, his balance, everything about him, he's just a joy to watch. I mean, this season, and you've got to put him in the top 3 players in the Premier League, and of course, he's doing it in the Champions League as well.
And the versatility, don't underestimate that. He could probably play 5 positions from midfield and up front. The value in that in a team that are going on all fronts to win things is huge, and we see him play at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, who were flying at the time, playing in like a defensive midfielder role. Like, it's phenomenal, and he was the best player on the pitch that day. So, the levels that he's going to and the consistency this season, if he can maintain that over a couple of years, he's going to be a player that you thought, oh, can David Silva be replaced? The trajectory he's on at the minute, he could be talked about in them standards in time to come.
And part of the conversation about him, and the same with Raheem Sterling as well, is that with Pep Guardiola, you're either on the train and you're travelling his direction or you're not. Do you like that? Do you like the fact that Pep makes it very clear that it's either his way or the highway?
Well, that's what leaders do. Leaders, they're people that coach players, manage players. They're like father figures at times, but like all good, solid parents, there's discipline in the house, and there's a situation that happens in life or in a football club like that. If a decision has to be made by the person that's leading, they stand by what they say. We saw it with Alex Ferguson. When he made decisions on big players who were massive players at the football club, that's it, you're gone. If surplus to requirements or you want to leave, thank you, because the team overrides individuals.
The fascinating thing, I think, Rio, about that, though, is that it comes from the players as well. If a player isn't happy, let's say Ferran Torres that's just gone, apparently really highly rated by Pep and all the staff and think he's going to be a brilliant player, but he wanted to leave, so, all right, if you're not happy at this club, I'm not going to force you to stay. And, that's quite rare. It's all right having, a hard line to say, right, OK, I don't fancy you anymore, you're going to move on, I'm going to bring someone else in. But when it's the other way round and a player's not that happy, OK, well, if you're not happy at this club, then you can go, because if you're not happy here, then you're not going to be happy anywhere.